Hi everyone, welcome back to this English class. I am your English teacher, Mariana Naranjo, and today I'm going to show you with all of my love my lesson plan and different contents that I have create for you, and I hope you enjoy and learn a lot of with this class. So as I said before, today I'm gonna talk about the present simple tense. So let's see what is the agenda. To start with the class, the objective is to talk about actions in simple present. What is the purpose? The cognitive purpose is understand the basic structure of the present simple. Expressive is practice the formation of sentence in the present simple and the different uses of the present simple. And the affective purpose is apply the present simple in everyday situations and conversations. So this is the agenda of the day, and the warm-up. It's like a little activity to start with the class with all of the energy. Is like activity where the students have to write verbs in 1 minute, talking about what is simple present rules in affirmative, negative, and interrogative form, practice exercise, write sentence, board games, practice activity. And something important that I have to say in this lesson plan is that I'm gonna use the PPP stage. That is presentation, practice, and production. So in this lesson, you are going to see all of those stages in this class. So in the warm-up, as I said before, we are going to start write all of the verbs that you know in 1 minute. For that warm-up, I'm going to use this tool, and we're going to use it, and the students where the minutes and the seconds are running, they are going to write all of the verbs that they know and that they have learned in all of their life. Okay, so in the warm-up also we are going to do like activity about the previous knowledge. This is like a worksheet where the students are gonna find like different sentence, and they are going to match with the corresponding image. Okay, it's like to analyze as a teacher how is the level of the vocabulary, etc. So the presentation part, we're going to start with what do you do in your free time. So what is this? The students in this part are like in these positions to guess what is that. For example, play sports. In this one, listen to music. In that one is watch TV. In this one, it could be go for a walk or walk the dog. In this one is very obviously that is go to swim. In this one, go out with friends or go to the party. This one is share with family. And to start with the class is important, and I choose that because these are different usual verbs that we use in our everyday in our lives. Okay, so after that we're going to talking about that is an action verb. Explain what the subject of a sentence is doing or has done. This action can be a physical action or a mental action. And after that, we're going to talk and have like a little discussion about different actions that we know, and talking about the simple present. The simple present is used to describe habits, unchanging situations, general truths, and fixes arrangements. And after that, we're going to talk about the structure. For example, in affirmative, in this part, for example, with she, he, it, or talking about the singular person, we use we add s at the end of the verb. For example, we have three, like our rules in the person, in the singular person. For example, in general verbs we add s, but for example, if we found like a verb that end in in ss, in x, in ch, in sh, or o, we add s at the end of the verb. And if we found a verb that ends with y, and before that y we have, and we found a consonant, we change the y by I, by I, and we add s. Okay, we're in this part. The idea is the students try to complete the verbs using es, s, or ies. Okay, so in this part we have like the resume of the simple present, which here we add s, we, they, we, you, that is plural subjects. We don't change, we don't add, we don't do anything in the verb, and it's the same. And we have in this part, obviously I'm going to share with the students a difference in a lot of examples. For example, she runs in the park, the lion jumps through the hoop, it flies in the sky. And for example, they eat noodles. We don't add anything in the verb because we are talking about they. He drinks water, we are talking about he. Sarah swims in the sea, she sleeps quietly, she plays basketball, he throws the ball, he shoots out, they cry, she rides a bike, she sits down, she stands up, they clap. And that is in affirmative form. So after that, we're going to talk about what is the structure that we use in negative form. For this part, we have two auxiliaries that we have to have clear and important in our mind. For example, he doesn't work as a doctor, he works as a taxi driver. So for example, in this part, with she, he, and it, we use the auxiliary does not, or with the contraction doesn't. But with the subject I, you, we, they, we use the auxiliary do not or don't. That is the common use. So for example, we have the subject, the auxiliary don't, and the verb is in the base form. We don't change the verb, and obviously it's in infinitive but without like to. It's in the base form, and with he, she, and it we use doesn't. And something important is, for example, before in the affirmative form, he, she, and it, we add like s in the verb. That s or es we put in the auxiliary in the do is. In that part we add like, and we use that part that it could important. So in this part, the students is going to have like a little game, little activity, where I am going to give them a sentence in affirmative form, and they are going to to change it in negative form. For example, I like pizza, I don't like pizza, and the first person that do it in the way for in the right form, they or he or she is going to have like a point. Okay, for example, mom works on Friday. It's the same game. My mom doesn't work on Fridays. And we have a lot of examples on simple present, like in negative sentence. She doesn't, we don't, the kids don't, he doesn't, I don't, etc. So after that, we're going to move on to to the practice. And in this part we have a lot of activities to do. For example, the first one, it's talking about the negative sentence using the correct auxiliary according to the context. After that, it's the same, more extra practice according to the according to the sentence, according to the context. The students have to choose what is the correct answer. For example, we use I with don't or doesn't. So the students have to choose or have to answer, like for example in this case, I don't play the guitar, and with all of that. So after that we have interrogative form. In this part we use the auxiliary do and does. After that we have the subject, and the verb is in the base form, and it's the same. We are going to do like an activity where I give you a sentence in affirmative form. They are going to change it in interrogative form, and the first one got a point. It's Sidra. So like to reinforce the understanding, we are going to watch a video about the simple present, and we are going to watch a video about like verbs. Okay, so in that practice part we are going to do and we're going to watch a video where the students have like the opportunity to choose, to answer, to have like an interactive activity. And in the part of practice, as I said before, we are going to do a lot of activities to reinforce that knowledge. For example, in that part, each student have like the opportunity to answer one questions to final that part. That is a zombie board game. This activity that is about talking about the third singular person at the S, E, I, E, S or I, E, S. That is something that we have, that we taught and that we learned. So we have another practice that is choose what is the correct, and we have a bumble song that is, we are going to divide the group, team 1 and team 2, and they are going to have like a team back where they choose like the answer and got a point. And that is my lesson my content creator, that is a Kahoot, where the students using the cell phone, they are going to use it in the class, all of them with the teacher. They are going to choose the the correct form of the simple present. Obviously we have a lot of practice that is talking about the question form. The students have to choose if we use the auxiliary do or the auxiliary does, and that is like a resume about a lot of things and a lot of subjects steps that we learned in the class. And then finally is a production. We have two activities. The first one is like a workshop where the students have to answer with the all of forms. For example, in the first one is adding S or ES. The second one is choosing don't or doesn't according to the subject. And finally, the students have to write if they use do or does in the question form. And the last one is an activity where the students like a verb and subject by the teacher, and they are going to create the sentence in affirmative, negative, and interrogative form. That is a good form to evaluate the knowledge. And the assessment or evaluation, we have a quizzes that is content created by me, and that is a quizzes. That is a good tool because we have the opportunity to analyze answer according to the question given to the students, and to analyze if the correct was good or not. And that is all. I hope you enjoy that lesson, use that lesson, have like a motivation to do a lesson like that, because it have like a lot of activities that, as we say, the only way that we can to improve it, always practice and practice and practice a lot of things, and that is a good idea. I hope you enjoy, you like it, and see you next time.